The Special Forces training area is an area underneath Lion's Arch Aerodrome where you can practice and hone your skills. It's located immediately on your left near the bank as you enter the aerodrome. You can only enter the training area if you're in a squad. Simply click on the icon in the upper left corner and select Create Squad. As you enter, you'll be greeted by an Asura standing next to a bunch of consoles. The right console is used to adjust the player, the left console is to configure the golem. But let's take a look at the console on the right first. This console adjusts the boons and buffs the player has. Sure, you can select every single boon the game has to offer, but that's not realistic. A realistic setup consists out of 25 stacks of Might, Fury, Alacrity, Quickness, Regeneration, and Swiftness. The second tab, Profession-Specific Enhancements, consists out of the unique buffs each profession has to offer. For a correct setup, you need Spotter, Sun Spirit, and Frost Spirit. Apart from the ranger buffs, you will also need Warriors, Banner of Strength, Banner of Discipline, and Empower Allies. Now, if you've set up everything correctly, your boon should be looking like this. Keep in mind that this is a standard setup, based on Snowcrow's builds. There may be slight variations depending on what class you're playing. As an example, Condi builds can take Engineer's Pinpoint distribution, along with the already listed enhancements for a boost in Condi damage, while power builds such as Dragon Hunter can take the Retaliation boon on top of the listed 6. Now that you've set up your boons, we can move on to the Golem. There's 3 different types of hitboxes when spawning a Golem. Average, Large, and Huge. The size of the hitbox will, depending on what class you're playing, provide a different amount of DPS. For example, Staff Elementalists will see a major difference in DPS when using an average or huge hitbox. You can also set different conditions on the Golem. The allowed conditions on the Golem may vary depending on what class you're playing. A simple example, Guardians are allowed to put the burning condition on the Golem as it synergizes with their Fiery Wrath trait. Now that you've got the correct boons and the Golem is set up properly, it's time to practice. You simply perform your rotation on the Golem until it's dead. Every 20% you will get an update of the amount of time it took you to take that much of the Golem's life, along with the average amount of DPS. Rotation varies per profession, and each profession has its own allowed debuffs on the Golem. More information about rotations and builds for raids can be found on websites such as Snowcrow's. If you still have questions, feel free to ask. And anyways, thanks for watching.